my colleague with a little different situation. But yeah, sometimes you do have to fall in line. But falling in line don't mean compromising your principles. I'm not prepared to compromise my principles. But yet, I hear you about Andre Rollins. But again, I said, you remembered him. Moss, you remember him. I won't say that Andre Rollins' career's over. He's still a fairly young man. He can come back. We've seen politicians come and go and return.
If you find that you...
But how is it though? I want you to bear this in mind. Renwood Wells did the same thing. And it took an Andre Rollins and a Renwood Wells to even save my present prime minister from a situation, and they were doing the same thing. Now, I'm not going to burn the bridge. And so for those of you listening to me as part of the party, I'm not trying to burn a bridge. I'm trying to clear it to allow some people to walk over who deserve to walk over.
Like who?
Like people who've been fighting for this party for years and still can't move forward. Are we making new millionaires, or we just continue to empower the same millionaires? We're enriching the same people. Bring some people along. How is it that we get up, we walk, and this is what I'm trying to say to some of my colleagues. Man, you're going out there, you know. Before May 10th, you was eating corned beef and sardine too. Now that they put you in a position to eat steak, you don't even want to give the people a piece of chicken leg? Them same people you walk on to get up, you're going to meet them on the way down. And then my fate is in the hands of God. Naja. God is my source. Everything and everyone else is a resource. God is my source. So at the end of the day, if God wants me out, I'll be out. And if he wants me in, I'll be in. My faith is in God. And my fate, F-A-T-E, remember this, Minister Wells, is in the hands of the Bahamian people.
As it stands, you are in your purpose, you believe. This is what you are doing is what God has given you the boldness to do.
He has. And I hear people saying it's refreshing, but to me, they don't understand. This is ministry. This is ministry. And I often move in the prophetic. So what you see now happening is like Elijah having to deal with King Ahab and say, listen, this is what the Lord's saying. This is what's going on here. This should be about the people, not about us. This is what we promised. Why am I wrong for reminding you what we promised? Why am I wrong for saying, this is what we supposed to be doing? This is what you said. Remember now, my leader went away in Peru. He talked about us being corrupt. And we all know Peru is one of the most corrupted nations, but don't put that on him. That was the theme of whatever he went to deal with for that time. But then when he returned and the media asked him, his response was, I would rather be punched in the face with the truth than to be kissed with lies.
I'm
now saying,
are you rating blows on the Prime Minister?
No, I'm now saying to the party that I'm a part of, following the stand of my leader, I would rather us, as an organization and a government, be punched in the face with the truth than to be kissed with lies and demoralized at the poll come 2022 or before.
In my head, what you've been doing here, to use all of my Bahamian vernacular, seems as if you were raining blows on the Prime Minister and your party today.
No, that's...
Is that because this, effectively, you are, Pastor, throwing mega blows.
No, but they're not mega blows.
To the comfort of the party.
No, to the comfort of the party.
Yes, to the comfort of the party.
Okay, so watch this. Is it that, or is McAlpine following the mandate of what we said we were about during the campaign? Accountability and transparency? Is Mac really calling us to account and to be truly transparent? That's what I think I'm doing. I'm not trying to name and shame the government. If anything, I'm trying to get them to go in the direction that the Bahamian people desire us to go in.
This is the end of a year, and I think I wanted to make sure, I think my producer's saying something to me I'm not able to follow. Someone says, congratulations to Pastor McAlpine. You're sounding like a DNA. It is the DNA that talk about creating new Bahamian millionaires.
No, I'm not trying to sound like a DNA. I'm an FNM who expose certain views that are exposed throughout the community and the nation.
If you find, and because we've seen it especially within the last tenure of the former administration, and with this prime minister as opposition leader, we found factions. We found the breaking of what is considered neatly packed party or House of Assembly, where members would cross the line or members would defect or become independent. We've seen this happen. What would be the straw for Frederick McAlpine that would make him determine, I cannot be a part of this institution?
That would be something I'd have to pray about. I'm still trying to create change within rather than walking away.
And it's more effective.
Because we've often heard people just walk away. I'm trying to fight, change this thing. People need to change, and the problem is we need to change in both parties. Need change from within. We must stop this archaic, self-indulgent type of attitude. We are the servants of the people. We're not here to be served.
What was your most, within this year, the one thing that you were proudest of being a member of parliament so far this year under this administration?
The fact that murders are down. It doesn't sound like the wild, wild west. I don't hear 3 and 4 murders a night. I've got to wake up in the morning wondering who got shot. Is it anybody close to me or close to you or family members? So the wild, wild west factor of killings and murders on a consistent basis every day in a week, that is one of our greatest accomplishments this far this year as the Free National Movement.
Greatest disappointment?
We haven't done more for the Bahamian people in general.
In the year that's coming, what would you hope to see?
More emphasis put on the people. It's the people's time. Show the people that. And in order to show them that, once you show them that, they should be able to feel that.
What is on the table now that you think you would see? We would probably... Is there anything on the table, as far as you know?
I like the white people for the over the hill. I just think we need to...
We have some unanswered questions.
Yes, but it's a good idea. I'd like to see the VAT removed off of some things like insurance, medication. These are things we talked about during the campaign, funeral. I'd just like to see VAT moved off of insurance. Just things I'd like to see.
You said you expressed your feelings clearly as ever with Oban, regards to Oban. You've spoken about immigration issues and intimating that we have not come even close enough to dealing with it. Where do you stand? And before we go, I have to ask this question. I saw a flyer talking about we've addressed immigration by addressing the shanty towns issue. Do you feel as if we've addressed anything of that?
We're going to have to deal with Article 7 in the Constitution. We're going to have to make it a little bit more easier for people to recognize as to who can be a citizen and what can determine one to be a citizen in this country. We're going to have to find a way to deal with these undocumented people who are here, and we're going to have to rules and regulations. And documenting them might also mean because you're documented and you're here, may not mean that you have the automatic right to vote.
Okay, last question, Richard. I know we're out of time, but this person told me that they had to ask this question, and I finally got it. Says, hi there, Mr. McAlpine. This has been on my mind for quite some time, but I want you to know it was quite honorable when you had commended Dr. Michael Darwell for being a worthy opponent, and I've noticed he has yet to say anything unflattering about you ever since you've been in office. Are you two on friendly terms with one another outside of politics?
Yes, but politics sometimes can put a dent, but it will. Dr. Darwell is a very magnanimous opponent. He's a good man, and he's done a lot for a lot of people, particularly in his medical and political profession. And so, Dr. Darvel, I'm sure we've not seen the last of him.
Pastor Frederick Mac, member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, but I guarantee you, he's definitely an ambassador for all of the regular folk. I don't think you made a lot of friends, but I know you also added some enemies today.
Yes.
Are you ready to go back into the House of Parliament?
Yes, I'm bold. The righteous are as bold as a lion.
We haven't even touched on anything regarding the speaker's comments. You know, your good friend Miriam Emanuel and her roughing him up. But thank God for only 90 minutes.
Yes,
Lord saved us.
Yes, thank God for saving grace.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for having us.
And we hope to have you again very soon.
Thank you.